In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Addmotor M-81 electric cargo e-bike, which may be one of the most versatile, useful bikes on the market. Now you might be saying, hey, aren't you a diesel channel? Why are you doing a review on an e-bike? Well, I love bicycles. And don't worry, folks, I'll be getting right back to diesel content in this next video. But last summer I did a e-bike review on the VeloWave, and I like this bike, and I made a video on it. Basically, what it was like commuting on a bike, my thoughts about it. And Addmotor reached out, and they said, hey, we've got a line of bicycles. Would you like to try our electric cargo e-bike? And I said, sure, I love bicycles. So they said, which color would you like? And I picked orange and black, and that seems to be their most popular color. And it's got a lot of great features here. You can see their website here. They've got all their colors are nice. They've got green, blue, white, black, but here are some of the features. It's a 48 volt. It's a 750 watt, so legal in most states and areas. It uses a Samsung battery, long range. Tell you what, folks, I got a thing for orange and black. That's my toolbox. So they shipped it right over. The first thing I always judge a bike on is how complicated is it to assemble. And this was not complicated at all. Now, I am a professional mechanic. However, I don't like assembling things in general in my free time. And this one comes mostly assembled. The chain's already on, the rear tire's already on. The cargo rack is integrated into the frame, so that's not something you have to add additionally. This one also, which the VeloWave did not, includes fenders. It also has a rear light, headlight. It even has a horn and left and right turn signals. So a lot of great features in this little bike. All told, it took about an hour to assemble and was not that difficult. Now, they really packaged it well. They covered it. They probably used 10,000 zip ties, though, folks. They really made sure that this thing was not scratched, and it came in great condition. It has a different style shifter I've never used before. I'll have to get used to it, but it's a 7-speed shifter here. It's a rear derailleur, no front derailleur. Now, unfortunately, I was supposed to make the video in December, but then winter happened. And they said, hey, don't ride it in real deep snow, so I had to wait until this happened. Yep, we got some sunshine and the snow melted. Now, Addmotor folks were very nice, even though it delayed making this video by a month. They said, hey, don't ride it in the ice really, don't ride it in deep snow, just wait. And what I'm going to be doing here is comparing it to a couple other bikes. Now, there's an old joke that says, if you ask an economist how his day is, he'll say, well, compared to what? So what we're going to be doing is comparing it to the VeloWave, which is also an e-bike, and then this Mundo, which is a orange cargo bike. Now, the VeloWave, I've been riding for about 1,000 miles. I rode it through winter, which is why it has the bar mitts on it. So comparing the tires, you can see that the VeloWave has the 26x4 and the Addmotor has the 20x4. They both come with similar grip tires. These tires I have on the silver bike, though, are studded snow tires. Those did not come with the bike. I added those on extra. And in general, really, the 4-inch wide tires really soak up the bumps just fine. Now, you can see the battery there is integrated into the frame of the VeloWave. On this one, it sits out more, which that's kind of personal preference. I don't mind it sitting out more. It makes it easier if you want to remove it. Also, the charging port is easier. Now, the VeloWave did not come with a luggage rack or fenders. However, the Addmotor included fenders, and the rack, which is much bigger, is integrated. Now, the VeloWave does not have a rear light, doesn't have a horn, doesn't have direct left or right turn signals. They both do have headlights, though. The VeloWave's more aggressive on top. This is what they call a step-through design. So basically, it makes it a lot easier to get on your bike because you can just step right through the frame. The Addmotor display also is way nicer. It's about twice the size the display is. As you can see, it's really tiny on the VeloWave. I mean, they both work, but the Addmotor gives you a lot more information. They both have front shocks, which are adjustable. I like the cable routing better on the Addmotor. So what we're going to do now is compare the Mundo, which is a non-electric cargo bike, but actually costs more than this electric cargo bike. Now what I'm showing you here is this has 4-inch tires. The Mundo only has 2-inch tires, 26x2. And a couple features I do like about the Mundo, it has a center stand, which will center the bike instead of a leaning kickstand. I do like that better if you're loading groceries and stuff because it keeps the bike centered. So this is my first day commuting on the bike. Gloomy day, a little bit of rain. And it's right before sunrise. And you can see the lights are on. And they look pretty good, did a good job. The headlight's adjustable so you can, if you want it to face more forward or down, whatever you want to do. It's got a water bottle holder, which I've got my coffee cup there. Now something that's weird is the horn. It doesn't sound like a horn really, it's more like an electronic beep, but left and right turn signal, so we've got that on. That's actually pretty interesting that they integrated. That's just a nice feature that not all bikes would have. So let's talk about the display and how this works. So in the top left's your battery, and you control the pedal assist, which is the bottom right, with your left hand there. There's an up and down arrow. Now this is my first day commuting, so you see in the top right it says 6, that's 6 miles. And there's also a tripometer if you wanted that. And basically you set your speed with your pedal assist. Now of course you can turn it off, but that's the point of an e-bike. Now this one tops out pedal assist around 20 miles an hour. If you had a long downhill you could go faster than that, but with a pedal assist, you're not going to be going much faster than that in general. Great little bike here. Generally, if you're going to be going about 12 to 14, you're going to be in 3 or 4. At least that's what I found. Now, how do these tires and how's the bike do in gravel, rocks? I didn't try it on any ice. I was told not to do it in any super heavy snow. We only have about 1.5 inches here. This was my, I believe, the second day commuting. It did great. There was no slipping, no sliding. Having those wider, lower pressure tires really makes a big difference. Also, the bike having 20-inch tires keeps your feet lower to the ground in general, so if you do have to put your feet down, it's very easy to do. Now, this is one thing that's kind of a design thing that I would change. If you hold the power on and off button, it'll half boot up but not turn on. You have to hold the main battery button, turn that on, then push the on-off button. It's kind of a nitpicky thing, but if I were designing it, just have the on-off button work, folks. You don't really need to turn the battery on and then turn this on. Just, maybe it's a safety feature or something, but I don't think it needs it. So this bike works great. Like I said, the rack is really nice. You could actually fit 2 kids on the back. I had my 3-year-old on the back, and he had a blast with this child carrier. We went to the park. All the other kids rode their bikes because they're older. And he had a blast because obviously he's too little to ride his own bike, so being with me, it was great. The range is ridiculous. It's still at full battery, 34 miles. I charged my other one, my Velo Wave, which that has studded snow tires, so it's not quite as efficient, every week. I haven't charged this one at all. The ergonomics on this one are way better, just because it's lower to the ground, so you get better pedal stroke. It's also nice too because you can flat foot it much easier, which I'm less than 6 feet tall, so it's nice to be able to flat foot it when you want to. As a cargo bike, I really like the 20-inch tires. They're way better because lower center of gravity. So what I would change, the starting is weird, where you have to push the button. You have to push the battery button and then the on button. The horn's weird, if I haven't heard it before. That's what it is. Doesn't sound like a horn. But overall, I would give it, as a cargo bike, electric cargo bike, 10 out of 10 just based on the price and its functionality. Probably as a general bike, an 8 out of 10 just because it's not a perfect fit for everyone on everything. Like obviously, it's not a trail bike. It's not made for speed. But if you only had to pick one bike, of course, most people don't have the luxury of having multiple different e-bikes. So this would be a really good pick for one that pretty much does it all. You can put your kids on the back, you can get groceries on it, you can commute on it. The 4-inch tires, 4-inch wide tires. It handles snow fine, not heavy snow, but gravel, anything. Really bumps, it really soaks up the bumps, so it's a great bike. I would recommend it. So you're going to want to go over to addmotor.com, click on the GAROOTAN M-81, and then you're going to type in AA, like Adept Ape, at checkout for a big old discount. Thanks to Addmotor, thanks for watching.